Popularity, fame, and money. Coke dealers will often sell you their product with these guarantees. The world doesn't do very much to help. In modern America and much of the world, they glorify and inadvertently or sometimes intentionally advertise drugs as substances that will bring you these guarantees. I may not be the first person to tell you, but I do hope to succeed in my mission. To bring awareness and to make sure that you think about the choices you make about drugs and hope you make the right ones. Cocaine is either in a powdery or in a rocky form. The powdery cocaine is often consumed by rubbing in their gums, snorting, or mixing the powder with water and injecting it. The raw form is smoked, and when smoked produces a cracking sound, hence the name, crack cocaine. Cocaine, when consumed, has a number of nasty effects. It'll make you feel hot, literally, but you could also get a stroke. It will furthermore slowly destroy your nose, so if you prefer not to get chronic nosebleeds, I recommend stay away. Or sooner or later, you'll have the World War I experience with gangrene. If you get as bad, just wait until the paranoia kicks in. In the short term, cocaine will make your brain produce extra dopamine, and it blocks off a system in which the dopamine returns to the brain, leading to a euphoric state, also known as being high. This may seem like a good thing, right? This is false. In reality, you get depressed after a few hours of using the drug after your state of euphoria ends. In the long term, the depression would add up so much that you will require much more than ever before. If you don't get enough at this stage, it will be much harder to quit, and you have caused irreparable damage to your brain, nerves, tissue, and blood vessels, and soon it will be too much to take and may drive the user to suicide. Some reasons why someone would become addicted to drugs would be curiosity, stress, family values, and peer pressure. People are naturally curious, and one might want to know how it feels to do drugs. Sometimes the user is very stressed. Wait, give me a minute. Sometimes the user is very stressed and they use drugs to help relieve their stress. Other times, users may be influenced by their family members who often take the drug and are passionately addicted with no self restraint to family. Lastly, humans like to fit in. Maybe they want to look cool in front of others. Maybe someone is being pressured to do drugs as a means to keep their friends. Having a social life is very important as a human, and that's why it is very difficult to say no to people you're with all the time. You could miss out on many things as a drug addict. Money, friends, respect from others are just some of the things you could avoid just by doing drugs all the time. An employer may not hire you if he knows you do drugs. People may not want to be around a bad influence like yourself. Respect would be lost from people you interact with because drug addicts are frowned upon in society. An addiction to drugs would affect you throughout your life. It can change your physical appearance, make you do irrational things, and do whatever it takes to fuel your addiction. For cocaine, a person may kill, steal, or threaten another for more. If you get addicted to cocaine, your life will change, not for the better. Throughout our lives, there are moments that we expect to have. Make friends, get married, have a family, go to work. If you consume cocaine, you may never get the chance to regret it. If you're lucky, your teeth rot and have withdrawal symptoms. If you're unlucky, you go through a living hell of pain, poverty, drug addiction, or death. There is hope, however. There are ways to protect yourself from drugs. Cocaine is a terrible drug that ruins lives. Others may try and tell you to stay away and never do it, but in the end, it will always be your choice. To help protect yourself, you can build a group of friends who won't pressure you into doing things that you may regret, i.e., cocaine. Raise your self-esteem. A lot of times people do drugs to fit in, tricking themselves into thinking, these people are cool, I'm going to follow them. This is the result of people thinking that they are worth less than the people higher than them. If you believe that you are your own person, and that I will hang out with the people that I want to hang out with, and do the things that I want instead of what the cool people want, but then the chance of you being pressured into abusing substances to be cool will be reduced. Lastly, self-control. The best way you can protect yourself is to strengthen your self-control, your ability to say no. This is the most important factor in the end, because in the end, everything boils down to whether or not you can say yes or no. Some risk factors would be bad friends. There are good friends and there are bad friends. The difference between the two is that one will stop you from doing something you may regret, and the other will pressure you into things and will look away like nothing ever happened to you. Friends have the ability to be a heavy influence on who you are and what you will usually do. Pick them wisely. A great man once said, "Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future." Another would be drug availability. If you have a great access to drugs, you have a higher chance of trying it if you have the chance. You can start anti-drug campaigns to stop the flow of drugs in your community, and hopefully stop anyone around you from consuming harmful substances. Lastly, poor grades academically. If you do poor academically, those around you may stay away because they think you are too stupid to hang out with, or your parents or guardians may put more pressure onto you to succeed. With all the new stress onto you, you may look for a way out, which for some people are drugs. Two strategies to help develop relationship skills are to interact with other people and just ultimately be good. That's because interacting with other people will make you be like those people, for better or for worse. So would probably be better to be with people who won't make terrible choices. It is very important to build good relationship skills with people. These skills help you acquire new friends who can help you stay away from risky behaviors like drugs and stuff. Additionally, having good relationship skills help in not making you a bad person. In conclusion, drugs can heavily influence your life and can change who you are and the people around you. It can control you, it can harm you. Whether or not you choose to consume the substance is up to you. We can only hope you make the right choice.